The quaint, sun-drenched town of Willow Creek was the perfect picture of idyllic charm. Nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering willows, it was a place where life moved at a slower pace. Here, two families, the Millers and the Harrisons, lived as neighbours and the best of friends. Their sprawling Victorian homes stood side by side, connected by a well-worn path that symbolised their intertwined lives. Patriarch Robert Miller, a renowned architect, and his wife Eleanor, a celebrated novelist, were the quintessential power couple. Next door lived Daniel Harrison, a celebrated historian, and his wife Amelia, a talented artist. They were the epitome of a bohemian family, their home always alive with music, laughter, and the aroma of freshly baked bread. The families shared everything: Sunday brunches, summer vacations, even their deepest joys and sorrows. Little did they know their bond would be tested in ways they could never have imagined. A love story was about to unfold, one that would challenge their beliefs and forever change the fabric of their intertwined lives. This was the story of Ethan Miller and Lily Harrison, two souls destined to find love in the most unexpected of places. Ethan Miller, with his mop of unruly brown hair and piercing blue eyes, was a whirlwind of energy and mischief. Lily Harrison, on the other hand, was the epitome of grace and quiet intelligence, her long, flowing auburn hair framing a face that could launch 1,000 ships. Despite their contrasting personalities, they were inseparable. Since they were toddlers, Ethan and Lily had been the best of friends. They shared everything, from their toys and clothes to their deepest secrets and wildest dreams. They were two peas in a pod, their laughter echoing through the halls of their childhood homes. Summers were spent building forts in the woods, their imaginations running wild. Winters were for cozy nights by the fireplace, sharing stories and dreams for the future. As they grew older, their bond only deepened, their friendship a source of constant comfort and support. They navigated the trials and tribulations of childhood and adolescence side by side, their connection as strong and unyielding as the oak tree that stood majestically in the Harrisons' backyard. They were each other's confidants, their relationship a sanctuary in an often confusing world. The summer Ethan turned 16 and Lily blossomed into 15, an undeniable shift occurred. It began subtly, like a gentle breeze rustling the leaves of the old oak tree. Ethan found himself noticing the way Lily's hair shimmered in the sunlight. Lily, in turn, was captivated by the way Ethan's eyes crinkled in the corners when he laughed. The easy camaraderie they'd always shared began to feel different, charged with an unfamiliar intensity. Stolen glances across the dinner table became more frequent. Accidental touches lingered a little longer. The air crackled with unspoken emotions, a silent symphony playing out between them. Their once innocent games of tag morphed into breathless chases through the moonlit woods, their hearts pounding in unison. The line between friendship and something more had blurred, leaving them both confused and yearning for something they couldn't quite name. The realization of their changing feelings hit Ethan and Lily like a bolt from the blue. They were cousins, raised like siblings. To love each other romantically felt wrong, forbidden, a betrayal of the deep familial bond they had always cherished. The weight of their secret pressed down on them, casting a shadow over their once carefree existence. They withdrew into themselves, their silence speaking volumes. Ethan, usually so full of life, became withdrawn and broody, spending hours lost in thought. Lily, once the picture of serenity, now startled at the slightest sound, her eyes filled with a perpetual sadness. Their parents, oblivious to the turmoil brewing within their children's hearts, remained caught up in their own busy lives. Robert Miller was consumed by a prestigious new architectural project, while Eleanor, lost in the depths of her latest novel, barely noticed the world around her. Daniel Harrison, immersed in his historical research, and Amelia, consumed by her latest artistic endeavor, were equally oblivious. The very people who had always been so attuned to their children's needs were now completely blind to the silent storm raging within them. One warm summer evening, as the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Ethan and Lily found themselves drawn to their secret meeting place, the old oak tree in the Harrisons' backyard. The air was thick with the scent of honeysuckle, a symphony of crickets chirping, providing a melancholic backdrop to their unspoken emotions. Ethan, unable to bear the weight of his feelings any longer, finally broke the silence. His voice, usually so strong and sure, was a mere whisper. "Lily," he began, his voice catching in his throat, I can't keep pretending anymore." Tears welled up in his eyes, reflecting the turmoil within. Lily, her heart pounding in her chest, reached out and took his hand, her touch sending a jolt of electricity through his body. "I know," she whispered back, her voice trembling with a mixture of fear and longing. "I feel it too." And with that, the dam broke. Words tumbled out of them, confessions of love and longing, fears and insecurities, all poured out under the watchful gaze of the old oak tree. They clung to each other, seeking solace and reassurance in their shared secret. For that brief moment, nothing else mattered but the two of them and the love that dared not speak its name.